Hi everyone, so today I'm making sharp noodles, as you can see. So I parboiled my meats. You can see I've added the onions, I've added my curry. So there was no time, so I had to make do with onions and curry. So I'm parboiling the chicken. Then I moved to dicing my onions, pepper and tomato. So I like seeing my onions in food. That's why you can see that it's not so tiny, unlike the way I'm cutting the pepper. So I like seeing my onions and tomato in my food, since I'm not adding carrots and other green vegetables. Then this is me taking out the chicken. It's tenderly cooked. So we move to the stage where we fry. So I used two different chicken. There's one that was parboiled. Then this is me frying the already parboiled one that has been mixed with pepper. So I fried this. I make sure that everything turned brown. So I took my time to fry this. I didn't add much oil because I'm trying to reduce intake of oil these days. Fit farm journey must not be dragged in the mud. So this is me taking out the fried chicken. So after I've gotten my consistency, I took out the chicken from the oil. Then after doing this, we now have to move to the next stage, which is me frying my sausage. So here comes the sausage. I had to fry sausage. Generally I'm not a fan of sausage, but I just decided that it's been a while. It took sausage, so this is me frying the sausage also. Then we move to the pepper, tomato and onions that I diced. So this is me frying it. So I'm frying it till it's tenderly cooked. Yeah, you can see me stirring it to make sure that the heat goes round, everything gets tenderly cooked. Then this is the boiling water that I already put on one side of the gas. So I'm adding in my noodles. So I'm going to tenderly cook my noodles too, the way Mishai does it. So that's why you see I had to allow the water boil first so that the noodles does not become soggy. Yes. So and whenever I'm boiling, I had one sachet of seasoning. So we go back to the sauce that is preparing on one side. This is me adding my seasoning to give it taste. Then I mix it again thoroughly to make sure that the seasoning goes round. So it's not just one side that receives only the seasoning. So continuous stirring, stir till we are sure that the seasoning has gone all around. Yeah. So I'm stirring, I'm trying to adjust. Then I set that aside. I go to my noodles, sieved it, put it on one side. We go back to the sauce. Then we go finally, this is where we now start pouring the noodles into the sauce, to ensure that we can give it a thorough stir and everything combines and mixed together. You get. So you can see I'm doing it in batches. Then I can see that my fry pan is getting smaller. Then I transferred it into the pot that I initially used to parboil the indomie. So you can see I'm giving it thorough mix to be sure that everything goes round, that some part of the indomie is not bland. So I'm trying to mix everything thoroughly. At the point I added little water from the noodles to make sure that it allows that slippery effect so that it can thoroughly mix properly. I don't want it to be too dry because the oil we used too, I make sure that the oil was not so much. So this is the thorough mixing. And this is how we served it and eat the noodles.